I'm really not digging this, like, generic Arial font they use for this menu, you know? You know what it looks like? You know what it looks like? Hang on. It looks like the generic stream font. Anyway, let's actually start a new game. Oh, easy isn't unlocked by default, huh? Alright, I'm gonna play as Ale, because why the hell would I play as Vent? Vent is dumb, I just want to play Ale. Because she moves slightly faster. And we've got ourselves some lovely cutscenage here, and I'm not gonna skip it. ZX is kind of interesting because, I mean, hey, I first saw it in fucking Nintendo Power when they were doing a preview of it. And I immediately got interested because I thought Giro was a cute girl. Giro's a dude. A cute dude. Giro's a dude, though. He's a robot dude. I'd still date him. Alright, let's get some plot going. You can see the Slither Inc. building from here. They sure have done a lot to save this country. So we have character motivation. Speaking of very dangerous, something shooting in threes. What's happening? Those are Mavericks. How did they get here? Probably by walking. And thankfully, laws of motion don't exist, and we land perfectly unharmed. Okay, well, maybe not perfectly unharmed. Is that it? So grab the package, then take it to the rendezvous point and give it to the Guardians. Oop. We have the leader of the Guardians. Oh, I guess this also continues, like, the French naming theme. Because I know vent and ale are wind and wing in French. He's a big ol' snake. Take the biometal and get out of here. We're gonna do something. Oh, maybe we're not gonna do something. Well, what you shouldn't do is stand in front of the snake. Don't worry. I'll lend you a hand. And we have full motion video, which definitely looks a lot better than it does on the DS. Like, wow, this is actually like super crisp. God, I remember as a kid, I wanted there, like, so badly to be a Mega Man ZX anime series and stuff. Because I remember seeing, like, the cutscenes in the game. I remember seeing the animated the commercial for it. If the trailer is somewhere in the gallery mode, I might actually show off the trailer. Flying Spaghetti Monster. Maniacal, what the fuck? Nigel with a 14 party, just 14 parties at once? It's a lot of parties, dude. Thank you for the raid. I don't have countermeasures, but I do have Mega Man ZX. It's a pretty fun game. I just got through with getting my ass kicked by Mega Man 01. Because it's been like 10 years since I played that. Thank you guys for the raid, though. How's the stream been going? I mean, as far as technical stuff, it's been going really well. As far as me beating stages in 01, not so well. That game's got some issues. Alright. We fused with Model X. We are wearing the package. What if... Okay, so what if you were, like, expecting an order from Amazon and such, and suddenly your Amazon order was attacked by a giant snake, and the Amazon order decides to fuse with the delivery person? That's pretty much Mega Man ZX in a nutshell. Now, thankfully, this game starts with the controls I want. And ZX is kind of an interesting beast in comparison to Mega Man Zero, because it's a little bit more... Well, I guess I can't say that it's a little bit more open than Mega Man Zero, because the first Zero definitely had some open world elements to it. But it's a lot more open than, like, what the series formula would become. So I guess a quick rundown of the controls. L is dash, B is jump, or at least how I have it set up. Y is primary weapon, R is secondary weapon, and X is the biometal option. So we can actually switch between the different biometals we get on the fly. And we can even choose, like, our human form, and you'll notice that enemies don't attack her while she's in human form, but as soon as we switch to Model X, they turn red. They get angry. Now that's a mechanic that's not too important, but it's kind of a nice little thing that they have in this. I forgot if you have to kill enough enemies of a certain type to get their data disk as well. Because you can actually look at enemy data. Oh, right, here we go, Snake Boy. Actually, it's been even longer since I've played ZX compared to Zero, I think I remember ZX more fondly, probably just because it's easier. Knowing me, it's probably the case. But on the other hand, we get excellent boss music. It's a very Dr. Wily-esque projectile. There's those 4 projectiles going in. Okay, well. Can I destroy these? I can. Okay. So there's literally no reason to not just sit in this corner and wait for... Okay, never mind. There's a reason. Snake Boy heard me talking shit. Speaking of Snake Boys, actually, if it'll let me get control after this, incredible explosion sequence, there actually is something that I do want to show off here. Guess that about mops them up. So your name was Model X. Why did you help me? 'Cause I'm a nice guy. Your bravery and stupidity now have wow, I spelled stupidity wrong in saying it. Bravery alone isn't enough to fight those things. The rendezvous point should just be up ahead, right? Let's go. So a little fun fact, actually. This right here, this tree in the background, eagle-eyed players will have the eyes of an eagle, which is very, very odd. But they also might notice this is actually wreckage of a boss from Mega Man 02. Specifically, I think Highleg Orobuckle, I think the name was. And it's actually kind of neat that they have, in some of the games of the series, like little nods to past entries. Like the remains of this guy are here. I think there's a couple of other Zero Series boss that appear as junk in various areas as well. Alright, we got to the first transserver room. Brought the package. It's wearing me. Or I'm wearing it. It's wearing me. The cardboard box has taken my flesh and is using it as its own vessel. These Guardians seem to think Prairie is very important. Looks like you've managed to link up with the biometal. Anyway, he's got the letter T for a visor. You seen Giro? There should have been another transporter. Has he arrived yet? And the only one I've seen so far. He also doesn't have a nose. Or, no, does he? No, he doesn't. Transporter's gone missing in the area. Some serious smoke rising from the next area. It's like totally like someone has fallen under attack. Being attacked is radical, man. Gonna need to keep the biometal a bit longer. What? Let her go. It's okay. She'll keep the biometal safe from the Mavericks. Alright, and we've got our first transerver as well. Yes, I would like to save my data, please. There's still only 3 data slots, really? I guess it makes sense, but... like, I'm pretty sure the Zero series had 5, and I know ZX Advent had 5. 2 mission requests. Alright, so we've got our missions to do. Now going to a transerver will save health. And if we go to one of these gold transervers around, we can actually take on missions, save our data, and go to any other gold transerver we've unlocked. Right now this is the only one though, so let's do locate Giro first. Transporter Giro appears to have met with Maverick aggression in Area B. Go to Area B and find his whereabouts. Alright. So another thing to consider with ZX as well is that it, like I said earlier, it's much more of an open world game compared to the Zero formula. Case in point, like, we found Area B. Follow the road. It might lead to Giro. But the whole thing is bothering me. There might be a clue in the ruins about what's causing the Maverick outbreaks. Check them out and see if you can find anything. So these guys, they wait in the background until you pass by them. And we found a computer chip. Just sitting out there. God, I forgot how good the Area B theme was. ZX has such a great soundtrack, to be honest. I also love, like, the screen shake that happens when you blow up an enemy. I feel like that really gives, like, your shots a lot of impact. Now another thing to know... Oh, I'll let that guy blow up. Oh, we have computer chip, I want you. And now I can get you. We've also got a door here that we can't open just yet. We need a yellow card key in order to open that door. And we're not gonna get one for a little bit, I guess. It's not too far away. But it'll require us to get Gyro, obviously. Another thing is, like before, I can also, swap to human form and have enemies, like, not attack me, although I'll still take contact damage from them. That is actually not the case in every area in the game. There are 4 areas in the game that are basically, like, for civilians and stuff, called Inner Peace. And enemies won't attack you as long as you're in human form in Inner Peace, but if you're in a biometal form, they will. Alright. Just wanted to get our health there. Alright, you know what? I also shouldn't get cocky. I should probably save. Because even though, like, this game is easier than the Zero series, it's also a game that I haven't played for quite a while. In fact, I don't think my copy of it even works anymore. The background change, you know... Hang on. Before we do that, let me get a little bit of health going into this fight. Presumably. Maybe. Yeah, that's money. Maybe this yo-yo will drop some health at some point. Potentially. Hey, there we go. I have just a little bit of health. A little salami. And it's a floating manta ray of death. Welcome to the second boss fight. The floating manta ray of death. Now this is kind of an interesting fight because you also don't attack the boss directly. Instead, you have to blow up the towers it makes. Now, the towers only have one weak point. Oh, that's good. Oh, but these footballs. And you can also miss with destroying the tower as well. Oh, so I actually played this before any of the Zero games. So, like, most of my Zero and ZX experience is this game. And there we go. A mysterious person comes in. So this is the chosen one for Model X. She's very special to me. 'Cause it's Gyro! Ha ha ha! Just what is biometal? I don't understand what's going on. Sorry I kept this a secret from you, but I'm actually Proto-Man. We're chosen ones, transforming with the power of the biometal. I was given in order to protect you from the people who are after the power inside you. Chosen one? I was planning on telling you everything once we safely deliver the biometal. And that didn't happen, so... Just don't know, Giro. It's your decision. But I am going back to HQ. So, hurry up at some point. Be sure to go to the trans server in the back room and select mission report. Then send confirmation to HQ that the mission has been completed. Alright, so another thing you might notice as well is that blinking G icon in the top left. That icon actually shows that we're on a mission right now, and if it's blinking, you've completed the requirements for the mission. Now I know we have to go back to the trans server at some point, but we can actually go over here, and we find Area D, which is also a pretty cool area as well. Oh hey, you can even see like the Oh, I didn't even notice that like on the DS screen. But the rotor on the thing is even still moving. It's still trying to fly. Still trying to fly, but it can't do it. Thankfully, we'll get our health back when we get to the trans server. Alright, dude, no problem. Thanks for the raid, though, and thanks for tuning in. Mission complete! Yeah! Alright, so we've got another mission request here. So this time we have to go pass a trial to obtain permission to enter Guardian HQ. There are undercover guardians hiding among the inhabitants of Area C. Locate them and bring back proof that you passed the trial. I'll do it. So this is an interesting one because we kind of go to Area C, which is, I guess, the hub city of sorts? There's like slithering security forces starting to patrol the area. Patrols? That's the first time I've ever heard of them doing those before. Slithering must have already heard about the Maverick attack. If you stay transformed, they might think you're in league with the Mavericks and attack you on sight. Alright, so that's another thing. The game is telling us that in certain areas, if we are in biometal form, we'll be attacked by security robots. But we'll also have a tough time talking to people when we're in biometal form as well. 4 guardians like me hidden throughout town. If you can find all of us, you pass the test. So around town, you'll notice a bunch of things like... Actually, what is this? It's like a van, but it's so short. So yeah, we can talk to an NPC, like, right here. And they'll even give us hints. But if we talk to them with a biometal equipped, they don't want to talk to us. Only certain NPCs are going to talk to us in that form. And it ain't going to be the townsfolk. No, okay, well, there isn't someone over there, because that goes back to Area 2. Area C also has good... I think ZX might have one of my favorite soundtracks of, like, any Mega Man game. And the same goes for Advent. Alright, we found her first. Like, this music, you kind of just get the feeling of being in a bustling metropolis. Looks like you found me. Should be careful of the security patrols. As long as they're giving you the green light, you're safe from attack. If you're caught with a weapon, they will open fire, no questions asked. This is another hint to give you a visual idea on what the guard patrol does. You also can't enter a green door yet, because we don't have the green key. So there's two major reasons I actually picked Ale, and like... well, I guess three major reasons, really. And yes, these are all major reasons. For starters, Ale starts off with a slightly faster movement speed than Vent does. The second thing is that Ale is also a cutie patootie as well. And I actually will admit to having a crush on her in middle school. And C, Ale also happens to have a feature that Vent does not. And there's a certain NPC we'll encounter later on that will actually allow you to change your color palette. I have forgotten where the Guardians are already. Oh yeah, you can also choose your biometal from the menu here as well. As far as biometal abilities go, we don't really have that much because we've only got X right now. But there are actually a bunch of different forms, some of which are more useful than others. He's afraid of the security force while hiding in a room with the security force. Here. Oh, yeah, another thing. Alright, so there's these two kid NPCs, right? And, like, physically, they're kind of based on Mario and Luigi, because they've got, like, oh, the red outfit and the green outfit with the overalls. But more than just that, they also have these cars. And these cars are actually a reference to Mega Man Battle and Chase for the PlayStation. This right here is Proto Man's car. You can kind of see like the shape of his Gelgoog shield on it. And the other NPC, we can't access him just yet, I don't think, but he has the Rush car. So Mega Man's car from that game. There's a ton of cute little Easter eggs in both the ZX games, actually. There's also meows. Just little cats. Just chilling out in the background. Doing cat things. How did you get in here? Actually, I'm convinced you punched those holes. So I found them all. Head to Area C2 and get the certification for passing the test. Oh right, there's also the game corner here. So at certain points, these arcade machines will actually open up. One of them I remember being a puzzle game? I forget what the others are. I know there has to be like more than one. Also, we got a stuffed animal. You take care of that. It's one of Prairie's most prized possessions. That concludes your trial. There's a transfer in the room behind me. Don't forget to file the report. Alright, you got our mission. Accomplished, well done. You have permission to travel to HQ. Use the transserver to get here. Unfortunately, I can't use this transserver to get there. I have to use another one. But I think... Actually, no. Wait, no. I can't get that one just yet. Yeah, no. So the gold transserver in Area C is actually locked behind some progress. I probably don't want to be here either. Might have to work my way back to well... No. Let's go to Area D. Show it off a little bit. There we go. Oh, there's Crown there. Alright. I think actually if I go from... No, never mind. It's not to the left. Oh right, this room takes me back to Area B, so you can see how things kind of loop around on each other like that. Kind of a neat little thing. There's very much a Metroidvania aspect to this. I don't think it's pronounced as like an actual, or as pronounced as like an actual Metroid game or one of the Ica games and stuff, but there's still a fair deal of exploring to do. No, I can't do that just yet. Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to go back to the Area B server then. I'm supposed to say that I have been waiting so long to have, like, Mega Man ZX on a system I can record stuff on. Because I never did get one of, like, the 3DS capture devices. And technically I could have just emulated it, but I don't know. I mean, back when, like, DS emulation first started, it was a little bit shonky anyway. This is the Guardian HQ. Hooray! It's an airship! Glad you both are okay. Found a computer chip while I was out there. Deliver those. Deliver the stuffed animal. So, I don't think it's directly stated in-game, but Prairie is actually a character from the Mega Man Zero series. Notice that if we can actually see the stuffed animal, you'd actually notice that it's the same stuffed animal that one of the NPCs in Mega Man Zero has. And she talks about how it's a gift from Sis. And how, like, Sis talked about everything and such. And I don't think it's explicitly... I can't remember if it's explicitly stated in-game or not. But Sis is very much CL from the Mega Man Zero games. Alright. How about we collect some data discs, huh? Before we actually move on with the game. So of course we can also talk to the NPCs here as well. And they'll even have some missions later. God, I forgot that every piece of music in this game is so good. Like, this is the game that's bringing back memories for me. Zero One was like a game that I didn't grow up with, and I had played it after I played all the other Zero games. But ZX, man, I was playing this game for a long time, back in 06. 06, 07. If we go back here, there's just one more. Keep this room in mind for later. Noisy engine room. Yeah, there we go. Into the lab real quick, get this last data. There we go. Keep this room in mind for later, too. Alright. Welcome to Guardian Headquarters. And welcome to the leader of the Guardians. Sentient machines known as Mavericks continue to attack people. This terrible situation should not even exist. Hundreds of years ago, man and machine put aside their differences and agreed to a truce. The Guardians have continued to investigate the root cause behind the current Maverick outbreaks. Found a research lab belonging to a certain scientist. First commander of the Guardians, the one who disappeared. Saved by a group of legends. Biometal are the fragments containing the consciousness of those legendary heroes. Alright. This room is important as well. But we can't do anything with it just yet, I don't think. Well, I mean, I think we can, actually. See this doll? This doll, if you shoot it enough, or hit it with enough attacks, it'll actually start dropping items. And I think this is how you get the W tank. Oh yeah, another thing and stuff, I guess, to point out. So, all the plushies here are Cyber Elf designs from the Zero series. And you'll notice that in the background, there's CL's outfit in the background. And there's also some pictures up here. And while they're like blurry, like super blurry little pixelated things and stuff, the center picture there is clearly CL. Or, well, somewhat clearly CL, I guess in a Picross sort of way. And the one on the right is Zero. So again, just like cute little nods to previous games. I've been waiting for you. Now where's this fragment of biometal? Excellent. Data transfer complete. Much appreciated. You can take the biometal back now. But not for too long. Mavericks detected in Area D. That's right next to the Slithering head office. Hurry to the command center. Alright. So it's not just random Mavericks. But there's a program controlling them. Someone behind the Maverick attacks, but they're just making them seem like random raids. They must be trying to steal the biometal. Mavericks are heading for the residential district. With the biometal, I can put up a fight. Alright. We are pure of heart and dumb of ass. Alright, don't worry. Zero is behind us, and he's saying that we need to find Sigma's headquarters. I'm not going to let you go out alone. Whether or not you can handle the biometal doesn't matter. You're important to me. I will protect you. Alright. Now let's play a little game that I think a lot of people love, called Mega Man X. And it's not just because we've got Model X as our biometal here. Things are gonna be... Oh, right, I've got those guys attack on normal too. Can I do anything with this yet? Oh, I guess I can. Oh, right, that's where the first life up is. So there's life ups in this game as well, and they basically function like the heart tanks in Mega Man X, but instead of 8 of them, there's 4 of them, but they increase your health by 4 pips instead of 2 pips. There we go. Get more of these data discs. The transporter, Gira rescued me and continued on alone. You have to save him. Got rolling wheels here. We've got big enemies that create electricity. We've got flying enemies. It's all seeming a little bit familiar to me. That even attacks by using an electric move that rolls along the ground. Crazy. Where have I seen that before? And where have I seen this before? Area D is just very much one gigantic shout out to Mega Man X. Because, like, we start with just Model X as our thing. Fighting giant insectoid-like helicopter enemies. Honestly, it's really cool. It... See, the thing is, it's definitely not like a nostalgia thing. It's definitely like a nod to the old Mega Man games. And it's supposed to be like, oh, we have nostalgia for like how Mega Man X was and how the other games were and stuff. But I feel like it's done in a way that doesn't feel overbearing. Oh, right, yeah, that's another thing. You have to unlock the ability to keep Model X, but we'll get into the after this. Giro. Who are these mysterious people? And this mysterious, really tall guy? The Blue Mega Man. It's time to see the legend in action. You fought everything so far, but can you face... Oh. Giro's face. There we go. I didn't even use his desperation move. Giro tried to fight it, but unfortunately was struck down by mysterious lightning. Which turns out to be this asshole. Bimetal the Guardians found might as well have been tin can scrapings. Who are you? I'm Serpent. I fucking run this world, bitch. Serpent, you're the president of Slither Inc. See, my reputation precedes me. You do well to remember me. But I'm not gonna remember your name, or even ask for it, because I'm a bad guy. At the very least, we're introduced to Prometheus and Pandora, who have pretty cool designs, honestly. By Metal's Mega System and transform. We are called Mega Men, the chosen few, the shepherds for guiding the flock in a new world. But, we're not gonna let you be in that new world, because, I'm just gonna zap you with lightning. Get those passwords. With your weird head things. Just leave them here. What did you say? I'm not gonna repeat it again. I just said it already. Besides, I'm the bad guy. Right, we can't move. And Giro can't really move. You're awake. Well, Z, listen, don't worry about me. Do you know what you're asking? Your body is already beyond recovery. If you transform back, you won't survive. I know. But I am pure of heart and dumb of ass, and shall give this powerful weapon to this small child. This is your last chance. If you combine the power from the two biometal fragments, you might be able to transform again. Can't be certain whether or not you'll be able to bear the strain when the two fragments are combined. But we've got to try. God, that was like the coolest fucking thing as a kid. Like, I know, I should have seen it coming as a kid, because, like, ZX is, it's in the title, and it's on the box art, and such. But at the same time, like, that transformation sequence, fucking, like, awesome. Alright, it's time to make Serpent pay. But we can't do that quite yet. Alright, so with ZX, we actually have our full zero abilities. So we've got the triple slash, we've got charge shot, or charge slash, got a buster shot here, we can charge that up. We've also got the rolling attack from the later Zero games. Got a dash strike. And I can't remember if we have the rolling dash attack. I don't think that's in that game, this game, actually. Battle between the Mavericks and the security force has begun. Can't stay there. It's too dangerous. Return to HQ. You knew I was in over my head and tried to stop me, but I rushed in anyway. Saved me again. Why did I have to be the one to make it out alive? Because... I don't know. Life just works that way. Gave his life protecting you. Don't ever forget about how much he cared about you. Model W has the power to corrupt machines and humans alike. That's what's been causing the Maverick outbreaks. But Serpent only has a fragment of Model W right now. The core is lying dormant somewhere waiting to be awoken. Six passwords encoded into the biometal fragments are the keys. Combined, they will unlock the seal that contains the core. Serpent already has the other four. Gonna have to fight and take them away. Alright. Okay, no, so we don't have the rolling attack. Because if we did, it would be mapped to, dash, down, and slash. Actually, we don't have the crazy stuff that, or we don't have the stuff that ZX has in the sequel either, I don't think. It's not gonna tell us, I don't think. Also, now that we have a sword, we can cut this doll off. Slash at it a few times. Cause a lot of slowdown. Good to see that wasn't fixed. believe if we attack this thing enough times, it should drop something for us. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the thing that drops the W tank. But I forget if it's based on damage or based on number of hits. It's also probably going to take a long time. I wonder if there's a place out there with like the exact numbers on how many times you have to hit it or how much damage it has to take. Oh. You got the W tank! So that is a single-use item that will refill all of our weapon energy, and we will talk about weapon energy later. Send a yellow card key to the server, you'll be able to open yellow doors with it. Alright. I'm gonna do search the plant first. Because again, this was the first one that I did as a kid. Gotta switch that power plant. Save data too. Okay. Transport. Closest one would unfortunately be here. Oh well. We've got, oh no, that's the green card key door. There's a yellow one around here somewhere. Hey, yeah, there we go. This yellow one leads to area CO3. Oh, right. Enemies. These guys will fly away if you approach them as human. They'll fly in and attack you and kick your ass if you... Oh yeah, there we go, the rush car. This actually leads to Area K, through the red card key door. Hang on. Can I do anything in here? No, that's just another normal transerver. Yes, now that we're biometaled up, they attack us. So yeah, there is kind of a neat element of just like finding different areas that you couldn't access before, but you get the power to access them like later. So it is pretty Metroidvania. Another one. Fortunately, this is not transerver. We'll go here and talk to the Slitherink guy, though. Go down here. There's some money and another data disk. So that's what I was thinking of. That's in ZX, but not in the Zero series. So big power-ups can actually be slashed with saber-type weapons, and that will cause them to break into smaller power-ups. Is there something down here? There is. So this would be normally like a big health, or like a super big health pickup, but slash it in half, and it's full of money and weapon energy. So how about we get to Area E1? The plant, still active and producing energy. According to the database, it's been offline ever since the Maverick raid. Alright. This is another level I remember from playing as a kid. We've got electric spiders, we've got dragonflies everywhere. For some reason I remember these rooms in particular from playing the game while walking to go get a haircut right next to the local Kmart. So an oddly specific memory to have. Okay, there's nothing in the corner. Clams! The clam enemies are weird because they'll continuously, like, fire shots around and such. And if they fire them, every time they fire them, the shots get faster and bigger and deal more damage. Oh, hey, the secret passage. Clam. I remember on hard mode, those clams are really something else. Go in here. I think this route actually allows us to turn off the power. Either that, or this is just for an item. Slash that to get some health back. Yeah, there we go. Destroy that. And now the way back is a little bit easier. A little bit more health back from that. But that also disables some of the electric traps in this area as well. So in theory, that should make it easier to navigate just the entire stage. Hermit crab, get back here. There we go. Show me your butt so I can shoot it. It's the Mega Man way. Yeah, so you notice these conveyor belts don't move anymore. And there's the first sub-tank. Sub-tanks function like they do in the Zero and X games. Fill them up with energy. You get to recover your health. Oh, right, this guy. Crush Pactor, I believe is what this guy's called. You can probably tell why he's called that. There we go. Now you have no gun. Now you have no life. Side quest where you have to crush a rock with a crusher. Does turning off the power mean you can't do that side quest anymore? I think you can still do it. I just I'm pretty sure you can turn the power back on, but I forget how. I think it might be a case of, like, it resets if you turn the game off and turn it back on. Cyber Elves. What's a Cyber Elf? It's a new program created with pure energy and made in the image of elves. A power plant. Must be using the Cyber Elves to generate power. Cyber Elves are all sentient beings like the rest of us. Shut the plant down. I don't think Capcom would just softlock you out of a quest, but then again, they might. Oh yeah, these cannons are the fucking worst. They are indestructible. Except with their own explosives. That wasn't worth it. On the other hand, this will be worth it. Thank you, Mr. Cannon. Oh, right, this weird room in the power plant, and also... So these things, normally, if they touch, would shock you with electricity. But that is not the case if you turn the power off. I could go up there and collect the item that's up there as well. But, I don't think I will. Not yet, anyway. And here we go. On our way to the boss of the arena. And that's why I like to do this guy first. Because A, his design is really fucking cool. And B, he has a cool as shit boss intro. It's crazy. Should have known better than to rely on Maverick grunts. For Maverick, you sure are chatty. Done your research. Looks like I can skip the introduction. Make no mistake, I'm not just a simple puppet. I'm an artificial Mega Man created to draw out the power of the biometal. Model H Pseudoroid High Volt. Alright. So boss fights are an interesting thing in this game as well. So each Pseudoroid has a bunch of spots that you can hit them. And specifically, each one has, like, a weak point. You actually don't want to hit the weak point. Which is easier said than done for some bosses. High Volt's one of the easier ones, because you can just target his legs. His weak point is his wings. But there is a ranking system for boss fights in this game. Oh, I hit his wings. So you notice that there were like red hit sparks there, and now his health bar is glowing. The more you hit the weak point, the less or the lower level you get for the boss fight, which actually does affect how the biometal functions. It's already well on its way to Lord Serpent. All that's left for him is to hack into the Model W core. So the more you hit the weak point, the lower level you get. And when you unlock the biometal, as seen here, it will be slightly weaker depending on what level you have. I mean, it's not like that much weaker. It more just affects the maximum weapon energy that they start with. Like the resurrection of Model W. Do you think that will end this? All of this was started by a single man. Even if you destroy the Model W core and stop Serpent, to stop another madman from rising up and taking his place. Those humans we fought so hard to protect hundreds of years ago have been lulled into a false sense of security by the empty promise of peace. Alright, I'm gonna join you. My name is Model H. I'm separated into two halves. If you can defeat it, I'll be able to give you the password. Alright, so with that, we now have Model HX. So you notice how, like, the bar for the weapon, or you might not notice how small the bar is, but basically, when you do the... God, words, talk. Your level affects the weapon energy bar. Very important in hard mode, because you can upgrade the weapon energy bar with collecting E-crystals. You have to collect a lot of them on hard mode. Alright, so HX has a hover ability by double tapping the button. Has two different blades to use, a big one and a small one. And if you alternate between them, do its power attack. Unfortunately I can't do its charge attack right now, because I don't have weapon energy, but its charge attack is basically a homing electric shot, and Model HX can also air dash. So other than ZX, HX is gonna be the one that I'm gonna be using the most. Alright, mission complete. Got a green card key. And... honestly, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Well... hang on, is there anyone I want to watch tonight? Let's find out. I know John's not back from, PAX. Screw it, yeah. I think I've done a little bit of, ZX and show off why I love the game. I'm probably gonna go back and play more of it sometime this week. And maybe try to finish up 01 as well. But I think that's gonna do it. Cut to intermission here. Fuck, I might even just play more ZX on my own time. It's a good game. It's a real good game. But how about we go raid my pal Sixlet, who's currently playing some King of Fighters 13. Four viewers are ready to raid. Multiple viewers are ready to raid. Because I can't count past 4, I guess? I don't know why I blanked on, like, 7. But Whatever. Let's go!